While it was all smiles at the family photo for the APEC 21 leaders, it's now clear that behind closed-door discussions, there was a different tone. Heavy dialogue and disagreements on the final APEC 2018 leaders communique.
It's my great pleasure to once again welcome you here to this APEC House in Port Moresby.
PNG hosting APEC 2018 has brought to light the struggle in the Pacific to have influenced strategic naval bases and strong diplomatic relations. The Pacific Island Forum attended the APEC meeting as an observer. General Secretary Demek Tela says the message was clear. Island nations would see the world as it is.
All other countries are trying to have an influence in terms of how we see the world. We will see the world, or our leaders have said they will see the world as they choose. They have relationships with many countries.
The Northern Pacific is a stronghold for the US, with naval bases in Japan, Guam and Hawaii. And it wasn't until recently, when the Chinese moved to set up a naval base in Vanuatu, did they realize the importance of the Southern Pacific.
Of interest now again in the Southern Pacific by the United States, after a long absence. The Northern Pacific has always had a relationship with the US. We see an increased activity also of interest with France. France has of course its territories who are now members of the forum, and we will make those relationships work.
While the US and its alliance is promising better trade agreements and initiatives to countries who don't sign on to the One Belt Road Initiative.
To development financing, we're also making infrastructure in the Indo-Pacific a top priority, from roads to railways, ports to pipelines, airports to data lines. And the United States has a principled approach that stands in stark contrast to some other nations.
PNG is already a member of the BRI, along with Fiji, Vanuatu and Tonga. For the Pacific Island Forum, it will become a sticky situation as Australia and New Zealand are allies of the US and are a part of the Pacific Island Forum.
Australia is a member of the Pacific Island Forum. It is important that Australia, New Zealand are, I think, in a continuous consultative engagement with all our member states, so that whatever the decisions are made for the future, they're made as a collective.
Adelaide, Sirox, Kari, National, EMTV News.